The police will lie. A neighbor who's off duty, who's a cop off duty, gets his black neighbor arrested by the police. Here's some of that video.
Don't make me come in that house. I will come in that house. I will come in that house. Get out here now. Do it now. Do it now. You think I'm going to argue with you? I'm going to tase your ass. Now come out here and talk to me, goddamn it. Sit your ass down.
Start yelling at me first.
Because you're taking off from me.
No, you start yelling at me.
I said come here. You said no. Sit your ass down. Do it now. Pull your ID out. Pull your ID out.
I get a second.
I'll give you 2 seconds.
I didn't do nothing.
All I came here to do was to talk to you. Now look.
That's how you talk to people. That's all you came there to do was to have a conversation. Well, that is a rude and violent and aggressive way to do so, officer. Not friendly. Let me give you background to this insanity. Let's put up a picture of the black male who had to endure this extremely troubling situation. His name is Cardin Marquez Lachlan. Per the report, he worked for Orange Grove and was dropping off a client with developmental challenges when the family's dog got loose, all right? So keep in mind now, okay? He works for a company. He's dropping off a client that has developmental challenges. The family's dog got loose. That's what happened, all right? Lachlan, Mr. Lachlan ended up chasing the dog down. Good guy. He's chasing the dog down onto off-duty police officer Andrew Carter's property. Now remember, this is not his dog. He's trying to help the family. He's a good guy. He runs after the dog. Let me get him. I got him. The dog ends up going onto a property. He runs into the property trying to save the dog. That property happened to be a cop. Put up the picture of the cop. All right? He goes into Officer Carter's property. An exchange between the two men followed, leading Officer Carter to call the police on the black male who's simply trying to save the dog. Okay? Let's keep his picture up. According to the body camera video provided by Lachlan's attorney, both Lachlan and Carter accused each other of making threats. Lachlan admitted to threatening Carter only because Carter threatened him first. I truly believe that. Carter has denied it. This is the first 45 seconds. We just saw the first 45 seconds. That's what you reviewed of the responding officer who was called to the scene. While the officer, whose name is Sam Roycatcher, was hostile to Lachlan, he later asked Carter which charge he thinks fit what happened here. He said, I'll do whatever you want done. You're the Vic. All right, keep in mind now, you got a 1-2 corruption combination. Black man does nothing illegal. He has done no crime, committed no criminal offense. Cop calls his buddies. Well, I got something for you. He calls 911. Cop gets there, the other cop gets there, basically calls him everything but boy, and then says to the off-duty officer, you tell me what you want me to do with him. You're the victim. Victim of what? There's more. Carter responded by saying he'd like to prosecute for aggravated assault, something that didn't even happen, which is exactly what Mr. Lachlan was arrested and charged for. Never happened. Now, Lachlan's attorney is trying to get the charges dropped. This is what he said to Channel 9 reporters. Lachlan's attorney tell us he believes East Ridge Police's response was uncalled for, and he questions why body camera video would not start immediately. In response to this, the East Ridge Police Chief said he would not comment on the situation until he decides if there should be an internal investigation. Really? So he doesn't have enough evidence to realize there needs to be an internal investigation. Due to the arrest of this young black male, he no longer has his job at Orange Grove. been let go. Okay? So I want to highlight something here. Because it's not just bias in the criminal justice system. Bias, racism, bigotry in the criminal justice system unfairly targets black men in particular. It creates a ripple effect in the socioeconomic ecosystem of that individual. Now, because of this bias targeted at him, he no longer has his job. Because he no longer has his job, he's no longer able to support himself nor his family. Because he's no longer able to support himself or his family, those that depend on him will have less options in the world. And those less options will equate to what we know as a diminished outcome. You see how this works? There's a cause and effect relationship to one incident, one day in the life of one man that impacts many because of bias, racism, and corruption. That's why we fight. AB, thoughts here?
Yeah, so my first issue was when the cop was like, don't make me come in there. You can't come up in here without probable cause or reasonable suspicion, and even then it's limited. So you wasn't coming up in here. Let's start there. The other thing is you have a police officer who called the police. Why didn't you do your job? Maybe you could have served and helped him get his dog.
Exactly.
That would have been a better solution to this problem. It's just sickening where we're at. I felt so bad for that young man. This is very triggering and traumatizing. And we just got to do better. Because our police, they out here wilding out. They acting like gangbangers and not police officers.
Right, and listen, I need corporations, I need employers to do better too. Mm-hmm. Stop firing people just because there's a police report. Mm-hmm. You don't need more evidence than just watching Indisputable to see the police will lie. Mm-hmm. So let's start there, all right? Let's start with that very simple premise.
All right, guys, you know what not to do. Tennessee accountability, out.